Why is this coronavirus or COVID-19 attack human beings? Is this deadly virus that attack human beings has to do something with human sins or error?
Yes. Actually, it is man-made. Some people may say God is angry with humanity. No, God is never angry with people. He is a merciful, loving Father. We know that from the prodigal sons, parable of the prodigal son, and those three parables of mercy. God created everything good. And He told man, have dominion over the whole creation. But what has happened is that man started dominating, possessing, abusing creatures. God does not interfere with human will, human freedom. In fact, in Jeremiah chapter 2, we read a very disturbing verse. God says, I brought you into a plentiful land to eat its fruit and its good things. But when you entered, you defiled my land and made my heritage an abomination. What a strong word. God entrusted the whole universe in the hands of man. And we should have continued with the original innocence. Because of selfishness of man, because of greediness of man, these kind of problems come in nature. In fact, Mahatma Gandhi said, nature provides for the needy, not for the greedy. So, man has upset the ecological balance by deforestation. And this coronavirus is made by man. In fact, we are now saying social distance. Actually, we are created for social gathering, not for social distance. So, it has nothing to do with the God's anger. It is man who has abused and misused the creatures. That is why one of the most beautiful encyclicals of yesteryears is by Pope Francis, Laudato Si. How beautifully he explains that we are in danger of perishing if we do not control abusing nature. So, in one sense, sin leads to suffering.
Okay.
Because sin is, what is sin? In Sanskrit they will call it Lakshmana Rekha. In fact, Prime Minister has used this word, this very word in his first address to the nation after this crisis. He uses the word Lakshmana Rekha, don't cross the line. So God has placed a line so that we may be safe within that circle.
Okay.
Whereas we have crossed the line, we have gone against the will of God, and then we blame God. Where is God? God is everywhere. Even in the crisis, He is there. Like the sun, whether there's a storm or a tide or a cyclone, sun always shines. Even at night it shines. It may not shine in India according to our time at 12 o'clock, but it shines always, everywhere, anywhere, or somewhere rather. Because the moment sun stops shining, it is no more sun. So God has kept harmony, placed harmony. Planets, for example, are going in their correct path. Otherwise there will be a disaster. So man has crossed the path, aligned by God, assigned by God. And therefore, it is a crisis created by man. And man is the enemy to man. Lupus lupi, they used to say in Latin. Man is an enemy to man. And not only enemy to man, enemy to creatures, enemy to animals, enemy to fish, enemy to birds. Therefore, the total responsibility rests on us men who have created this virus. In other words, this is a biological war going on against human beings.
Based on my sharing, I understand that actually, so this disease, it has nothing to do with, so to say, the anger of God. And also, God is there. God is there. He's not silent. Yes, He's actually listening to the suffering and the cry of the people. I think that's what you say.
Yeah, that is, God is dead. You said God is there. But for some, God is dead.
Yeah, that is.
Therefore, God, perhaps by sending such crisis, wants to turn the heart of man towards Him.
Okay.
That there is some superpower controlling everything, but you have desecrated my land by denying such beautiful gifts that God has given to us. So God can never be absent anywhere. Otherwise He is not God. God is always present. But He sees His children growing, maturing. Like in a family, like that parable what Jesus said about the prodigal son. It's like in a family, there may be 3 sons. 2 are good, 1 made a mess of himself. It's not the responsibility of the father, because the father treated all the 3 children. In a class of 60 boys, the teachers gives lessons very efficiently. But 10 fellows fail. Is it because the blame is attributed to the teacher? No. Those 10 boys did not study well. The same nature was given to all the 40 boys or 60 boys.
Thank you, Father, so much for that clarification. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome.